welcome back to Saltiness Isn't Bliss. Tonight I've got a fun, creative, homemade pizza recipe to share. So another one of the great homemade pizzas. So this will be mac and cheese pizza tonight. We are gonna cook or use one of our ultra thin honey infused crust like I've used in the other homemade pizza videos. And the hardest part of this recipe was figuring out the sauce, so that creamy, tasty, cheesy goodness that we all love from mac and cheese. So I think I figured it out. Got a little confused on my measurements. So we are gonna use 1 cup or 8 ounces of heavy whipping cream. Just gonna pour that right in there. Half of a 1/4 cup of mustard. When I made it with the 1/4 cup, it was just too much mustard. If you really like mustard, then go for the 1/4 cup, because that'll give you that stronger mustard flavor. I'm not a big mustard lover, so I'm hoping this will be plenty, right? So now we're gonna turn our burner on high. We wanna get a low boil going, so as soon as I start to see some bubbles, I will turn that down, and we're just gonna whisk together the mustard and the cream. So I know right now that's gonna look and smell a little weird, but don't worry, because later we're putting some cheese in there, so that'll pull it all together. In the meantime, we are going to boil some macaroni noodles. Whatever noodles you have at home will work. Just going with the elbow macaroni. I'm just gonna pour a small amount in there, just enough to cover the top of my pizza crust. So this will really depend on if you want more and thicker macaroni on your pizza, put more noodles in your pot. If you just want a thin layer, you're gonna put about that much, which is about a 1/4 cup. We're gonna turn that on high to get that boiling. And also we're gonna turn our oven to 425 so that we can preheat for that pizza crust. So once this all gets going, I will come back and give you a nice little update here. All right guys, next step with our cream cheese sauce for our pizza. So we've had a low boil going now for about 3 minutes. I'm gonna add in 1.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. And then I'm gonna mix that in there. And I'm gonna continue to let that do a real low simmer boil for a couple more minutes just to thicken it up. In the meantime, my noodles are still cooking over here, and my oven is still preheating. So back to the mustard part of this recipe. I mentioned 1/2 of a 1/4 cup. My very wise cameraman told me that is 1/8 a cup. So the mustard measurement can be anywhere between 1/8 and 1/4 cup. And then you're doing 8 ounces or 1 cup of the heavy cream, 1.5 cups of cheese. So that seems to be the sweet spot recipe there. Like I said, the mustard will depend on how much or how little of a mustard flavor you want. And as you can see here, because we haven't really gotten going yet, this is gonna be a lot more sauce than we need for our pizza. So the good thing is we can save this and reserve this in the fridge and use it for later on another pizza, or get creative with it. So I'll be right back in a minute. All right, now is the fun part where we get to build and create our mac and cheese pizza. So we've got our cheese sauce here, all blended and heated. Look at that ooey gooey goodness. And then I've got my noodles here all cooked and drained. So I am just gonna use a ladle, assuming that's gonna work, and start scooping that on there. And then I'll kind of spread it out and see where I'm at. All right, so let's spread that out. We will add a little bit more too, so this is not the only cheese sauce we're gonna put on here. Yeah, that's the right amount there. So about 3, I think I did 3 ladles worth, 3 mini ladle worth. So there's that. Now I'm gonna put my noodles on. Use my fork and just kind of spread those around. Again, this was about a 1/4 cup of noodles. You can always add more. You can use larger noodles if you like. I am going to drizzle some cheese sauce over my noodles just to have another added layer of that delicious sauce. Let's see if it drizzles better with a spoon maybe. Yeah, there we go. Cheese sauce is so thick it doesn't want to cooperate here. And now I'm going to put my shredded mozzarella. Just a nice layer of that on top of all that other goodness. I'm going to keep the seasonings pretty simple. Mac and cheese doesn't tend to have a lot of seasonings in it. So I'm just going to go with some cracked pepper and dried parsley. If you want to really spice it up or add a lot more flavor, you certainly can. I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to put my pepper, just a light layer. You could even do pizza seasoning on here if you like, and then just a light layer of parsley. Pop it in a 425-degree preheated oven for just 2 to 5 minutes. Right on the oven rack these crusts go. So that's it. Be right back when it comes out of the oven. Feast your eyes on this beauty. Oh, that is just heaven on a pizza scoop right there. So, all right, I'm gonna scoop up a piece. Give you another close-up view there of all that goodness. I decided to get a little creative here with my leftover cheese sauce. So I just put that in a bowl, topped it with some chives, some dried chives, and put some potato chips around the plate. Next time I may try French fries, frozen French fries. I wish I had thought to do that this time, but I didn't. Oh well, the chips will work. So thanks so much for watching, for joining me. Hope that you will be inspired and try this tasty dish. I will see you next time.